All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the workout. Before we get started, so make sure that you're moving around and that you are warmed up, because remember, with these being only 30 minutes, we jump straight into the workout. So I want to make sure that you guys aren't working on cold muscles, moving those arms, moving your legs. So when you do a warm-up, always make sure it's a dynamic warm-up, meaning it's a moving warm-up. If you're just sitting and stretching, you're just kind of making those muscles a little looser, but you're not making them ready. Kind of think about getting them to the ready state. Moving those arms, moving those legs, arms up over your head and around. Little squats, little walkouts. All right, so we are gonna start with a sumo squat. So we're gonna do 4 exercises, 40 seconds on and 15 seconds off. And we're gonna go through the 4 exercises 3 times. The first exercise is gonna be a sumo squat. So you're gonna take those dumbbells. You can use 1 dumbbell if you need a lighter weight, or use 2. Legs are wider than your shoulder width apart, and you're gonna come down and up. So your legs are nice and wide and the dumbbells come in between. The next thing you do is gonna be a Renegade Row with a hip lift. So I'm gonna pop my hips. My feet are a little bit closer to me than normal. Pop my hips up, and then I'm gonna come down like I'm gonna put my knees on the ground, but it's kind of like a trick. I'm gonna keep my knees off the ground the whole time. Make sure your arms, your shoulders are right above your hands, and you're gonna row, row, pop the hips up, back down, row, row. That's the second exercise. The third exercise is a split squat. So you're 1 foot in front of the other, and you're gonna do like a lunge position, but your feet don't move. You're gonna go down, come up, bicep curl. Down, up, bicep curl. The next one, the 4th exercise, is you're gonna go down, up, you're gonna keep your dumbbells here, down, up, shoulder press, down, up, shoulder press. Okay? All right, so we are gonna start with a sumo squat first. Get your heavy dumbbell or 2 dumbbells, and we'll go ahead and get started. Legs are spread, dumbbells in between, and squat down and up. Do your chest forward, and nice, and try and get a little bit low on these because your legs are spread wide. Knees bend. Try to resist leaning too far forward, because those weights will kind of try and pull you forwards there. Good, nice work. We have 10 seconds to go. Squeeze your glutes when you come to the top. Push through those heels. 2, 1, and take a break. We're gonna go down to the ground next. So if you wanna set those dumbbells down, you can. And then have the dumbbells underneath hold on to the dumbbells, shoulders on top. Ready? Pop those hips up. Drop your knees, but knees are still off the ground. And row, alternate, row. 1 on each side. Hop, down, not a hop, but a hip lift. Leave the hop for tomorrow with the body weight exercises. So with the Renegade Row, you want to try and have a flat back, and your knees are down right below your hips, kind of like a tabletop position. You want to be able to hold that stationary position so that your hips don't wobble too far side to side. Pop the hips, coming down. Lower intensity, you can put your knees on the ground. Good, rest. Higher intensity, try to keep the knees off the ground for that one. Great work. Next thing we're gonna do is the split squat with the bicep curls. So grab onto those dumbbells, and we'll start here. I'm gonna put my left leg forward first, and I'm gonna go down and do the curl at the top. Down, curl at the top. Bonus points if you touch that knee to the ground. But what's more important is your forearm. Watch that front knee so it tracks over your big toe. Your legs are spread wide enough so where your back heel never touches the ground. And I have my left foot forward, so I'm going to push through, squeeze that left glute as I stand. Don't worry, there's other muscles working there, but that left glute. Good, rest. You get a little special attention there. Nice job. Okay, so switch your legs. I'm going to put my right foot forward now. This is your rest time still. But when we're ready, we're going to put our dumbbell up up to your shoulders. And let's go. You're gonna go down for the split squat, press it up over your head. Down, up. There we go. Up. With your breathing, this will, whenever you lift a weight over your head, it does raise your heart rate more. So try and think about your breathing by breathing out, exhale as you lift it over your head, and then bringing the breath back in as you bring it down back to your shoulders as well as your knee comes down for that split squat. 5 seconds, you're doing great. And rest it. Great job. Okay, so that was first round of those 4 exercises. Let's do it again. 2 more rounds, starting with the Sumo Sqaut. Legs are spread, either one heavy weight. If you have a kettlebell, go ahead and start. You can always use a kettlebell with this if you want to. Might be easier to hold in the center. Or 1 heavy dumbbell. Good, I'm just trying to keep it simple by using 1 set of dumbbells here for you guys. Oh, dog alert. Saw a dog in Aaron's view. Nice. It's okay to spread kind of splay your toes out for this. Your toes don't have to be straight forward, they can be outwards a little bit. 3 seconds. Good. All right, bring those dumbbells down. Next thing we're gonna do is that Renegade Row. Okay. All right, come down to the ground. We're gonna start here. Start with your knees right underneath you, and then pop them up. Now I'll give you a better idea of where you want your feet to stay. Row, row. Pop your hips up, hips down. If you need lower intensity, you can put the knees on the ground. Higher intensity, keep them off. It's a good core stability challenge here, as well as your back row and pulling it up. What's fun about these full body movements is it's not just focusing on one muscle group in your body, because that's not how we live, right? We don't live by using one leg, one muscle group at a time. Okay, rest. So it's good to kind of work them all at the same time to teach your body how to move together. Okay, we're going to do the bicep curls with the split squat. I'm going to start with my right foot forward this time. 8 and start. So you're going to come spread that nice and wide down with a curl. Good. If you want to increase the intensity on this, you can speed it up a little bit, just as long as you keep your form good. Lower intensity, you can also alternate your arms like this and do one arm on one row, one arm on the other row. 10 seconds. Down, up. Looking good, guys. 2 and 1. Good. Rest. We're going to change it to the other leg first. I'm going to put my left leg first in front, and then we're going to do our shoulder press with our arms. Trying to catch my breath and start. And coming down, pressing up. As far as your dumbbells go, as where they're facing, you can keep them out with your elbows wide, or you can bring them down to where your pinkies face forward and your elbows are close. And you can also do a mixture, a little bit of a twist. That's what I tend to usually gravitate towards. Just kind of adds a little bit of both. And twist as you come up. Good. Great work, guys. Press 3 seconds. And rest. Nice job. All right, we're going to keep it going. 1 more round to go, and we'll switch up the exercises. You guys are doing great. Sumo Sqaut is next. And just remember, if you do have, go ahead and start. If you do have a selection of weights, and say like the first round we go, it's a little bit too easy, or it could be a little bit too challenging, please feel free to adjust the weights for the next round. It's kind of like, is it just right? You don't want it to be too easy, but at the same time, you don't want it to be so hard that you're struggling to keep your form in check. 12 seconds. Great job, everyone. 5 seconds. And rest. Going down to the Renegade Rows next. It's like my daughter's teacher emailed her this morning asking her if the amount of schoolwork he's been giving out online, because they're working at home now, is too little, too much, or just right. Go ahead and start. Renegade Rows. And she wrote back, she made me laugh. She wrote back and said, just right. So, that was good to hear. Row, row. There we go. Watch those knees. Hover them right over the ground if you can. Try and keep your hips square to the ground. Up, up. There you go. Nice work. Hips going up and down in between the Renegade Row. 3 seconds. And rest. We're going to do those bicep curls with a split squat next. 2 more exercises, then we're done with the set. Woo! All right, I'm going to do my right foot forward. Go ahead and start. Coming down to the ground. Bicep curl. Down. Curl. Good. If you had, imagine with your lunge, with your split squat, you can kind of imagine that you have a string connected to your hips, and you want that string to go straight down. You follow the path of the string so that you go straight down to the ground, not pushing forward or pushing backwards. Good. Back stays flat, chest forward. 6 seconds there. You got this, guys. And rest. Nice work. Shake out those legs. You guys are doing great. Okay. My left leg's going to go forwards now. Right leg back. Back heel is off the ground. Here we go. Down. Oh, sorry. Press, shoulder press. I always forget that part. Down. So keep your dumbbells at your shoulders. Down. Press. There we go. Press. Press. Remember that breathing part? Breathe out as you press it up over your head. And find a rhythm there that you can get used to. 12 seconds, you're doing great. Big rest after this one. Ooh, keep your balance. 5 seconds. 2 and 1. Nice work. Okay, grab a sip of water if you need to. If you want to keep the heart rate going on this, you can run in place, do some jumping jacks, or you can take the break so you have good energy for our next sets coming up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a deadlift with a back row. And we're going to keep both feet on the ground for this set. So with a deadlift, make sure your knees are loose, your back stays flat, and you'd only bend at the hips. So you're going to bend down, back stays flat. You're going to do a back row, so you pull your elbows in towards each other, shoulder blades together, come back down, release that back row, and then come back up, and then repeat. Deadlift, back row, and then stand back up. The next thing we're going to do is on the ground, is a plank pull through. So what I want you to do, and I'll show you, I'll kind of go over my mat, but the mat isn't needed for this. But you're going to hold a plank, and I'm going to take, the dumbbell's going to start over here on the outside of my arm. I'm going to pull it through and bring it to the other outside of my hand. Pull it through. So that's all I want you to do is pull throughs. Trying to keep the hips square to the ground. The next thing we're going to do is a squat with a double squat and double press. So what that means is you're going to have the dumbbells here. You're going to go squat, squat, press, 2, 2. So it's two squats followed by 2 presses. And the last thing we're going to do is a hip bridge. And we're going to lay on the ground. You're going to use that dumbbell by pressing the dumbbell at your hips, or holding it there, and bring it up, down, for hip bridges. Okay? All right, sound good, guys? We are going to do, let's see here, check the time. All right, we're gonna actually do 2 sets of this. So I really want you to work hard, push hard, so only 2 sets instead of 3 on this one. All right, are you ready? We're gonna start with a deadlift back row. And we're gonna change it to 45 seconds instead of 40, since we're only doing 2 sets. Ready? And begin. So this is the deadlift back row. You're gonna come down, row, release it, back up. So when you release it, that doesn't necessarily mean drop it. It just means that you bring it back down to the starting position. Focusing on squeezing the glutes as you stand back up. Back is flat the entire time. No rounding of the shoulders. No overarching of the lower back. Think of a dowel or a broomstick is on your back, and it's always touching between, a straight line between your head and your hips and your glutes. Great job, everyone. 7 seconds to go. Good. Squeeze and back up. Good. All right, now next is a plank pull through. So you just need 1 dumbbell for this, coming down to the ground to a plank position. And we're going to put the dumbbell on the outside of one of your arms. Coming up to your toes, bring your arm from the other side and pull it through. Pull it through to the outside. Lower intensity, you can do this on your knees, or you can do kind of in between and do 1 knee down at a time. Kind of doing 4 of them and then switching to the other knee if you need to. Higher intensity, keep your hips, your knees off the ground, and try to resist your hips from flopping side to side. They will move because you're adjusting your weight from one hand to the other, but that's part of the core exercise, is resisting it going too far side to side. Great job, 7 seconds. Pull it all the way through, make it wide so you make it a challenge. Good, rest. Nice work. Next is the double squat to the double shoulder press. Okay. I'm gonna get those shoulders working today if you haven't noticed. So lighter weight if you need for the shoulders. And feet are about shoulder width apart. Go ahead and start. You're gonna do 2 nice, good squats and then stand 2 shoulder press. Lower intensity alternative is you can do an alternating shoulder press. So you go 1, 2, good, 2 squats and 2 presses. As well as you can take the weight away for your arms if you have any shoulder issues. And just do the movements. Try to get the mobility working in those shoulders. Great job, everyone. 10 seconds. When you're pressing over your head, make sure you tighten your core slightly. Engage your abs so that you're not putting too much pressure on the lower back. And rest. Now we're going to go back down to the ground for a hip bridge. I'm going to use 1 weight on my hips to lift up and down. All right, let's do it. And press up and down. Make sure, some things that I see sometimes is that people press up, but their heels come off the ground. Make sure your heels stay on the ground the whole time. Thing you think about as well is squeezing your glutes. I know I'm always saying that, but it's important. When you do this one, not to burn out your hamstrings or your lower back, you want to use your glute muscle and squeeze each time you press up. Great work. Good. So remember, we're just doing 2 rounds of these exercises. So you might be bummed if you like these a lot, and you might be happy if you don't like these a lot. All right, rest. And we're going to go back up to the deadlift with the back row. So 2 dumbbells needed for this one. And remember that back is nice and flat the whole time. And feet shoulder width apart. Go ahead and start. Come down for the deadlift. Row. Release the row and come back up. Down. Good. Don't rush these. This is one of those areas with the lower back that you want to make sure that your form is really good, so you don't have any discomfort or pain afterwards in the lower back. Up. Good. Deadlift. with the back row. Nice job, everyone. 10 seconds. You guys, I know we had some issues with the video yesterday. It was a little blurry for some, so you guys rest. Let me know if it's blurry or jumpy or hard to follow because of the quality. Just send me a chat message or give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or kind of halfway. Let me know how we're doing. Okay, come down to the ground. This is the plank that we pass through. Pass through the dumbbells. So the dumbbell starts on the outside of your hands and coming through, passing it through. Really, really make that dumbbell get out there far. Challenge yourself by really making it go far, passing through. Engage your core. So when I say engage your core, that doesn't mean like all of a sudden just squeeze your core super tight. It's kind of like pulling your belly button back towards your spine just slightly, just a tiny bit. And that kind of makes your abs remember, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working hard during this exercise. Just give them a little nudge. Okay, rest. And we are doing the squat, 2 squats with a double shoulder press. So I'm using both dumbbells on this one. It's not a super wide squat like that Sumo one was. It's closer, about shoulder width apart, about there. Go ahead and start. Feet are more straight. Oops, sorry, 2 squats and 2 presses. 2 squats. Go nice and low. Watch the tracking of your knees if you can, so that your knees go right over your big toe, not buckling in. I know that can happen sometimes when we're tight. Good. Press. Press. You guys are looking awesome. 10 seconds to go. Up. Come down. And get one more press in if you can, and rest. And let's go back down to the ground for our hip bridge. If that weight wasn't enough, you can always double up the weights and do two weights on your hips if you'd like to. Ready? And let's go. Up, up. Squeeze in the glutes. This is also a good exercise to just do on your own, even if you don't have the dumbbells with you, or even just hold a bridge during a commercial, or challenge someone in your house and see who can hold the bridge the longest. Up. I better be careful about my challenges. Erin likes challenges over there. But that's good. I know she's up for it. Up. Keep it going, guys. Almost there. This is the last set of this round. Last exercise, and rest. Nice job. Okay, our next round is going to start pretty quick. So we're going to do the same sort of thing where it was 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 2 rounds of each exercise. The first one you're going to do is going to be lying on your back. It's going to be I'm going to bring my feet off the ground, and I'm going to push my knees away from you, away from my stomach. And I'm going to do my elbows in. I'm going to press up for a chest press, and then I'm going to bring the dumbbells behind my head for a tricep extension. Down, together, put the dumbbells together, and back. Don't knock your head with your dumbbells. And then we're going to do a side plank hip lift. So I'm going to add weight to this, but you can do this with or without weight. Come to a side plank and lifting your hips up and down. So you're going to do one side first, and then we're going to do an arms up V sit-up. So lying on your back, your legs go in a V position, arms are straight up. You can do this with or without weights, and you're going to sit all the way up if you can, and all the way back down. If you can't do a sit-up, do it as a crunch. That's perfectly fine. You're still going to get a lot out of it, believe me. And then we're going to go back to the other side for the side plank hip lift. So we'll do 2 rounds of each side plank. Ready? We are starting on our back with both dumbbells for the chest press with the feet off the ground. And start. So grab those dumbbells, feet off the ground, elbows in tight. You're going to press up, knock the dumbbells together, and then bring them back behind your head, bend your elbows, and then come back down. Elbows to the mat. Press, back down. So the reason your feet are off the ground is just making you engage your abs as well, which you might be noticing. If you bring your knees in closer to you, it kind of releases that strain on the abs, or press your legs further away from you, makes you really use that core. Just watch the lower back, that you're not overextending the lower back and feeling any discomfort or pain back there. Do what feels good to you, as well as just pushing yourself a little bit. Good, rest. The next is a side plank, so I'm using one dumbbell for this, where you can take the dumbbells away. The elbow is underneath your shoulders. My feet are spread. I like to put my bottom foot in front. I'm going to put the weight, and I have to keep holding the weight the whole time. Go ahead and start coming up and down. So some other alternatives for this is you can put your bottom knee down for a lower intensity option like this, or you can keep both legs straight out, and you can just hold the position, because even just adding a weight to a side plank is a really good challenge. Doing great, 20 seconds. I'm going to switch my feet around. So now my front foot is my top foot. Ooh, these are tough. Keep going, 5 seconds. Woo, nice work. Great job, everyone. Okay, let's do the legs out in a V position. Use a weight if you'd like to. And you can either do a sit-up or a crunch, but always keep your arms or your weight up towards the ceiling. And start. Coming up and back down. So if you can do the sit-up, but something doesn't feel right, or you really, really struggle to get 1 or 2 in, go to the crunches. Just try and get at least the shoulder blades off the ground. But the main part, I want you to try and keep your arms straight up over your head. With or without the weight, your choice. There's a good ab burner here at the end. Well, we're not at the end yet, but we're getting there. You guys are doing great. 10 seconds. Breathe out as you come up. Breathe in as you come back down. Almost there? All right, rest it, and we are going to go to our other side plank now. Elbow on the ground, right underneath your shoulders. Spread those legs if you'd like to. All right, and let's do it. Up and down with the hips. Up. Good, and this is again where you can change the dumbbell around if you need a lighter weight or heavier weight. Don't hold back. This one's a good challenge. Woo, we got this. 15 seconds. Nice work. 6 seconds to go. You can do it. Push hard all the way through. And rest. Wow, that's a good one. All right, let's go back to laying on our back with our chest press and tricep extension and your feet off the ground. We got this, guys. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second because I know I'm running a little late on time. It's 12:29. So if you have to go 12:30, this is a good position to stop. If you can't hold on for about 4 more minutes, we're gonna complete the set one more time. It's gonna feel so good afterwards. I know it's a good ab burner, but you're gonna feel really good afterwards. So I hope you can stick around. If not, I totally understand. Sorry about running over time. And let's go ahead and start. This is the chest press, feet off the ground, and press. I think I got a little bit too excited with all the exercises today. I wanted to fit as many in as I could. I'll try and spread them out more next time so that we can save some for next week. Chest press and tricep extension. Make sure to knock those dumbbells together and recheck your knees. Push those knees away from you. I know more abs are coming, but don't give too much of a break to your abs right now. Up, over your head. Nice work, everyone. Press. All right, okay. one you start with. I'm actually starting on the second side that I did last time. But switch it around so that you're not, go ahead and start, not always, I like to always switch up the side that I start with if I do single-sided things, because then I'm not used to always starting with my dominant side usually. Trying to balance it out as much as I can. All right. Whew, so glad you guys are sticking with it. Pushing through. Watching me suffer on these ones. You guys are doing great. More seconds, you got it. Push it hard. The V sit-ups are next. Their arms in the air. More crunches. 2, 1. Nice work. And I'm going to stay facing this way. Laying on your back. With or without the dumbbell, it's your choice. See what you're capable of. If you can, at least try to get at least a small dumbbell or a small food can. Go ahead and start in your hands. It just gives you something to, even holding a ball that has practically no weight on it, like a ball filled with air, not a medicine ball. And just holding it up there will give your shoulders a little bit extra work there. Just the fact of stabilizing an object over your head. It's been fun to see what other people have been doing with weights. Online, I've seen some using pots and pans. Food cans, of course, but just things getting creative with what's around the house since we're all at home. All right, rest. All right, guys, this is our last set. Make sure, rally hard for this. You work this hard throughout the whole workout. Excuse me. So make sure that you push hard and make it work. Go ahead and start through this last set of your side plank bridge. Lifting it up and down. You got it. Super proud of you guys. This is going to be a good, strong finish. Pressing up, stick with it. Remember all those different intensity options, putting a knee down or just holding the side plank or taking the weight away. You got this. Less than 10 seconds. Go, go, go. 5, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Woo! You guys rocked that one. Very good. Now your muscles and your stomach and your legs and everything will thank you later. Thanks for sticking with me. Sorry I ran over a little bit of time, but just wanted to fit in as much as I could. So that was today's workout. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel so that you can keep updated with more workouts coming soon. I hope you worked hard, and reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much. Bye.